Guys, this is Jason Morris, otherwise known as TJKitsune on YouTube, and this is for a score in ScoreGrounds.com for Sonic the Fighters, otherwise known as Sonic Championship in the US, on the arcades. This is set at normal, with continues on, as there is actually no counting in score until you actually beat the game. So we'll see how many credits it takes me to get through this. Hopefully I can do this in 1 credit. Knuckles is usually always a pushover when it comes to this when you start the game. Well, Sonic the Fighters actually has a very basic control scheme. There's actually only 3 buttons: your barrier, your punch, and your kick. So there's no 6 buttons, actually a 3-button player. A little background: Sonic the Fighters actually came out in 1996. There are rumored only to be about 5,000 units actually, or 500 units actually made in the US for this version. It's pretty much identical to Sonic the Fighters, other than the name itself. This also recently came out on Xbox and PSN. Although the differences between that is the PSN and Xbox versions are actually updated. In the arcade version, there's 3 characters you couldn't play as, which were Honey the Cat, Robotnik, and Metal Sonic. All 3 of those characters are actually unlockable in the Versus mode of Sonic the Fighters on those console systems. So as regards if the arcade is better than the Xbox version, I would actually have to disagree. The graphics have also been updated for those versions as well. Mushroom Hill Zone. Probably one of my favorite zones in this game. Just because obviously it was taken right off of Sonic 3. Even though SBO was never actually in Sonic 3. He didn't show up until Chaotix on the 32X. This did have plans of getting ported to the Sega Saturn back at the time when it came out into the arcades, but around that time they just didn't see it feasible. Ooh. Basically, the idea of this is to get their barrier down and then start juggling them as much as possible. Ah, stupid bombs. Of course, you have to face yourself towards the end of the game, no matter who you play as. The game does get considerably harder as you move up to the higher rounds. From the top shelf! Ah. Cutscenes are not skippable in this. Metal Sonic's always the hardest one. He has quite a few unblockable attacks like that one. Yeah. Oh. Come on. Ah. Of course he throws that at me. Come on. There. We always have only 10 minutes or 10 seconds to actually beat Robotnik here. And he's gonna try to just block you with everything you got. Woo! Alright. That was the end. 1 credit! Almost a perfect playthrough. Fortunately, I haven't figured out. There is a tip where you can become Supersonic at the end if you beat Metal Sonic with one round, which I did, but I couldn't figure out how to transform. But you can actually turn into Supersonic if you don't lose any rounds, and you get a couple of perfects all the way through. It's one of the hardest Supersonic transformations in Sonic history. I could have probably pulled it off there, made this a full perfect game, but yeah, as luck would have it, I guess. So let the credits roll here, and we'll see what my time was. First place, 5 minutes, 27 seconds. New record for me, even. Thanks for watching, guys.